So what is your leadership superpower? Do you even have strengths that's going to naturally attract people so that you can effectively lead them to success? That is the purpose of today's video. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, so let's get into your leadership superpowers. Here's the thing. We all have superpowers. We all have strengths. We all have things that will naturally attract people to us. The problem is when we see other people's strengths and we think we need to duplicate those in order to see success. So this is the reason why this training or this video is so powerful. Because in reality, if we are looking at everybody else's superpowers and then trying to make ours be in alignment with that, we're actually going to have some struggles. We're going to have some difficulties. How many of you guys have ever seen people who have charisma and people who are able to talk in front of video cameras, people who are able to inspire and motivate the masses, right? And then we use that actually against us. Oh, I'm not that good. I don't look that good. I can't do that good a video. I'm not good in front of a camera. And we have all of these ideas, introvert, extrovert, anything that kind of pops up to get us off track. But here's the thing. And really, I tackled this in episode 665 of the Master Your Mindset podcast, because really a lot of times we don't realize that we have our own superpowers. We just have to find a way of identifying what those things are. Now, in that podcast episode, I shared 3 different ways, but I want to share my favorite way with you guys here today. And that is when you have those moments where the time seems to fly, you are just in alignment. You're just I don't know what happened, but I just blinked and I forgot to eat today. When you are doing those specific things, what is it that you're doing? A lot of times it has to do with what people are telling you, hey, how are you able to do this? It just seems so easy to you. And you might think, well, actually, it kind of is easy to me, but I don't know why, everybody else brings a lot of attention to this. This isn't really a big deal. And when you think about those things, the things that just come natural to you, those things where it's just the time flies and other people are coming out to you and asking you hey, how is it that you do those things? That is where you can find your superpower. Now, I shared an analogy in the podcast, and it was really talking about, let's say baseball, all right? I want you to think about this in terms of your superpowers. If you were somebody who threw fastballs, that was your thing, that was your strength, not only would they pay you a lot of money to do that, but that you would put your time and energy into making that even better. But if somebody else came along, let's say that they have a great curveball, they weren't trying to be the speed guy like you. They were actually just trying to do it in their own way, how they're able to utilize their strengths. And they had this incredible curveball that would actually strike a lot of people out. Well, the purpose of really being able to lead effectively in multiple different areas has to do with you using your strengths and leaning into them, developing them even more, not because somebody else has a fastball and you have a curveball, so you want to become better at throwing a fastball. No, because you want to be able to double down and dive into your specific thing that you're really, really great at. Neither of them are better baseball players. They both bring their best. And you can do that too. So identify what your superpower is. Maybe it's not in front of video. Maybe it's email. Maybe it's communicating via a book. Maybe it's audio. Maybe it's a podcast like our podcast. Identify what your superpower is, that thing where you don't even think about it. It just happens naturally. People ask you how it is that you do that. And when you're doing it, it just seems like time flies by. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and I will see you very soon. Keep leading from the front, leaders. Bye, everybody.